Happy Sunday to you. How you doing? I'm doing well. This is Marco again with Tarot by Marco, and I'm going to be doing your weekly reading. Salud, my friends. That's not too bad. Strawberry LaCroix. So I'm going to shuffle the cards real quick right in front of you, as we always do. Everything's on the natch, and I'm not putting any dates or timestamps or anything of the sort. When you hear this message, it's the time for you to hear the message. And if it doesn't resonate with you, well, I'm so sorry. There's nothing I can do about it. I would tell you to kick rocks, but I will say I'm sure there's a reading out there for you in all seriousness, and I encourage you to do that because what knowledge is power. All right, guys, let's get in the zone together as I shuffle these cards, and we will take a look at the energies ahead for all of us, myself included. I include myself in these readings too, because Lord knows I need the help too. I hope you're doing well. All right, guys. All right. All right, this seems pretty good. All right. Okay. All right, the first card out we have is the Wheel of Fortune. So the Wheel of Fortune basically is talking about all the ups and downs of life, how we go through our cycles. But when it's upright, that means that this is a fortunate sign for us to forge ahead with things. If you're thinking about any type of projects or making a move, or basically the sky's wide open for you, but fortune is on your side. As we say, the wind is on your back. So, boy, for a lot of you out there, the next card I have is the Fool. And just so that you see the Wheel of Fortune, I wasn't lying to you. And then I have the Page of Cups. All right. I think for some of you, it's time to take that leap of faith, because that's in the center of these three cards is the Fool. And the Fool basically is telling me, you know, there's a part of you that wants to start all over again. And that's perfectly fine. The Wheel of Fortune's on your back. So if you're thinking about starting from scratch with maybe a job, a project, or a relationship, it could be that you want to start all over again, and that's fine. Because I have the Page of Cups here. And the Page of Cups normally represents someone that's very young or young at heart, because you could be 65 years old and still have page energy. The pages are, I would say they're the novices. They're new. Sometimes they can be a little naive. But this Page of Cups has a lot of love to offer. A lot of romantic feelings. He may be a poet. He's sensitive. And he wants to express his art. Sometimes I look at these as little artists. But it's, in a way, he still has to learn his craft. He's not a king yet. He hasn't mastered the cups energy, which is emotion, spirituality, how we feel about things. Sometimes this represents an apology. So how that figures into what I'm saying, please take note of that too. But it definitely means that I'm seeing, for some of you that are willing to start maybe an art, feels very artistic, wanting to start an artistic project, or express yourself through poetry, through music, through doing what I'm doing right now, expressing yourself through communication and blogs, but from the heart, from the soul. Finding, again, like last week's reading is, you know, what fulfills you, what makes you passionate, what brings you joy, and sharing that. Starting all over again, baby. That means that we're starting from scratch and learning. So what are some good advice for all of this? I think you have to kind of get out of your way, because I have the Six of Swords here, and the Six of Swords is represents, okay, you know, because the swords represent the mind, and when you have the Six of Swords, and if you see this person, they're moving away from something. See, all those swords are in front of her, which is her mind, but she's going over water, which is her emotions, and she's moving away from something, or you see her moving away from us. But in this instance, I'm seeing this all those swords represent doubt. They represent, well, I can't do that, or I shouldn't do that, or listening to people around you, because everybody's got an opinion about what you're doing. We talked about that last week too. Now, don't tell anybody your business. You accomplished what you want, and you just go for it. Because I have the King of Wands and I have the Queen of Swords. So the King of Wands is he just magnetizes himself. He's charismatic. He has a wonderful personality. People pay attention to him or her. It's just the energy of this card coming through. Your gender is irrelevant when it comes to these core cards. This person, just when they walk into the room, people turn around and they listen to him or her. It's just, but they're charming. They're magnanimous. Honey, they're dripping with confidence. So if anything, this is telling me these projects that you want to start, or expressing yourself, be confident, be sure in what it is that you're doing. Because the Queen of Swords is also, be honest. Be honest with yourself. You're expressing yourself in your most authentic way. The Queen, honey, Queen of Swords, ain't nobody more authentic than her. She is sometimes brutally honest. But in this regard, it's just telling me, if there's a part of yourself that you want to express, and you want to, you want to start all over, you want to start a project, or if it's especially an artistic project, first of all, get doubt out of your way, because that's not going to do you any good. And you have the charm and the charisma to do it, and just be honest, be your true self, and it will come across. So what is the underlying energy around here that's spurring this on? I just feel that you really want to move ahead. The Knight of Cups, he has a mission too. He has a cup in his hand. And the cups again deal with emotions, spirituality, love, love of self, love of others, love of God. But knights have a mission to accomplish. They have a message to get across. So the message, this knight is telling me that there's something that you want to get across to others, or even to yourself, but to others, because this guy goes from point A to point B to deliver his love or deliver his message. And once he's accomplished that, he moves on. But the energy is spurring you on to express yourself, to, start that project, paint that painting, write that song, sing, whatever it is that you want to express yourself, or tell that person you're sorry, or tell that person you love them. But it's a leap of faith, guys. Nothing gets accomplished when you just doubt yourself and you stay stuck. So that is my message for the week. Don't stay stuck. Make that leap of faith, baby. And fortune is smiling on you right now, so it's a good time. Okay? I love you guys. I hope you enjoyed this reading. Please like, share, and definitely comment below on what you think, or tell me about the projects that you want to work on. Tell me about the things that you want to express. I'd love to hear from you. Again, commenting, sharing, this helps me out tremendously. And I hope you have a wonderful week, and I love you guys.